Grab your snacks and sit tight because the final season of Yellowstone is just around the corner. The show's cast and creator have been teasing an unexpected and shocking ending for our beloved ranch. Yet, before you dive in, let's break down everything you need to know about the latest season. It is official. Kevin Costner won't return for the final few episodes. John Dutton won't be making a return to the biggest ranch in the modern-day United States, and with this news being official, the fate of Yellowstone is hanging in the air. There was a time when Costner had tasked his agents to come up with a compromise with the creator of the series, Taylor Sheridan. Apparently, the actor wanted to put a rest to his character by giving him an ending that it deserves. Costner wanted his character arc to work through, but Sheridan had different plans. It seems like the duo haven't talked through their issues and won't be doing that shortly. In early 2023, the buzz started. Was Kevin Costner, the man who brought Yellowstone's gruff patriarch John Dutton to life, ready to walk away from the show that made him a TV legend? Word on the street was that Costner wanted to shift his focus entirely to a massive Western film project, Horizon, an American saga. According to insiders, Costner's packed schedule had already sparked some tension on set, with Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan reportedly losing patience over Costner's divided commitments. When the two sides couldn't see eye to eye, the network announced a bombshell. The back half of Season 5 would be Yellowstone's grand finale. Then, in May 2023, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Not only were whispers of Costner's departure everywhere, but now fans were wondering if Matthew McConaughey could be stepping into the role as the new face of the Yellowstone universe. Sources from Puck News claimed that Costner had laid down some serious demands: more pay, a lighter filming schedule, and a say in the scripts. While fans waited for answers, Costner and Sheridan stayed tight-lipped, and production was paused until the network finally confirmed the show's end. To add to this drama, some even speculated that Costner's wife, Christine Baumgartner, was behind his exit, only for her to turn around and file for divorce shortly after. Yes, you heard that right. After nearly 2 decades of marriage, Christine filed for divorce in May 2023. Fans couldn't help but connect the dots. The news came hot on the heels of Costner's Yellowstone departure, and everyone was wondering if his career had taken a toll on his marriage. Christine later clarified that she had never pressured him to leave, but the timing kept fans guessing. Married in 2004, Costner and Baumgartner share 3 kids, Caden, Hayes, and Grace, and Costner has 4 other children from previous relationships. After months of legal battles, the divorce was finalized by September 2023. Costner even opened up about his departure during a child support hearing, admitting he'd hoped to return for Season 6 but was offered less pay than before. Plus, he hinted at creative conflicts, making it clear that the tension went beyond money. Sheridan, for his part, didn't directly address any behind-the-scenes drama, though he praised Costner's portrayal of Dutton as symbolic and powerful. And Sheridan wasn't the only one talking. By mid-2023, he confessed to The Hollywood Reporter that Costner's abrupt exit had truncated Dutton's character arc. Fast forward to May 2024, and Costner was finally ready to break his silence. In an interview with Deadline, he set the record straight. "I made Yellowstone the first priority, and to insinuate anything else would be wrong." Costner was open to returning, but only if the story lived up to his standards. "If the writing is there, I will be there too," he declared. A month later, he told People he was frustrated over script delays that had kept him in limbo for 14 months. "I could have done a lot of things in that time," he said, "but I wasn't aware that the holdup was going to happen." He also expressed disappointment that none of the cast or crew came forward to squash the wild rumors about his exit. Meanwhile, fans took to social media with some strong opinions of their own. Many were disappointed with how things went down, feeling Sheridan downplayed just how much Costner had brought to the show's success. Over on Reddit, fans speculated that Costner may have gambled his marriage for the hours he spent on the Yellowstone set, a choice they felt came with a hefty personal price. There was even some truth to the speculation, as Christine had cited his frequent absence as a wedge in their relationship. The feud between Costner and Sheridan was enough to jeopardize the future of the show. It was later revealed that Sheridan's vision for the ending of Yellowstone already didn't include Dutton, but his hasty departure meant that the creator had to change the storyline. At that point, the world had become Sheridan's oyster. Would he kill John Dutton or hand him to the police? Will the ranch cease to exist? We don't know. All we know is that Yellowstone has 10 or so episodes to end its banger storyline. How to watch Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. The Dutton family has racked up plenty of enemies over Yellowstone's 5 intense seasons. From overreaching governments to scheming hedge funds, a string of powerful players has tried and failed to wrestle the family ranch away. But as the latest cliffhanger suggests, the Duttons might now be ready to turn on each other. And when Season 5 finally hits the screens again, there's one more crime to add to the list: the dreaded cord cutters. Those final episodes are set to air exclusively on the Paramount Network, and you won't see them streaming anywhere for quite a while. Mark your calendar. Yellowstone's return kicks off on the Paramount Network on Sunday, November 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not tuning in there, CBS will also have a special airing of the episode later that night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. For those without cable or recording options, those two slots will be the only shot to catch the long-awaited comeback. Why the limited access? Years ago, Paramount struck a unique streaming deal with Peacock, giving NBC Universal exclusive rights to stream Yellowstone online. Paramount Plus didn't exist yet, so the network handed streaming rights to Peacock. This left Yellowstone's prequels, 1883 and 1923, available on Paramount Plus, while the flagship show streams solely on Peacock. To make things more frustrating for diehard fans, it's likely the new Season 5 episodes won't show up on Peacock until months after they air on cable. So, if you're itching for a refresher, you'll find the earlier seasons of Yellowstone on Peacock. And if you're looking to dive into the broader Dutton saga, 1883 and 1923 are streaming on Paramount Plus. To help fans catch up, Paramount has also released a half-hour recap of the entire series on YouTube, along with a 17-minute recap covering the first half of Season 5. But fret not, we'll be recapping the season for you just now. No extra unnecessary details, just the juiciest parts. What happens to John Dutton in Season 5A? John Dutton is now the governor of Montana, but let's be real, he's not exactly loving the gig. Throughout Yellowstone, Kevin Costner's rugged character has gone head-to-head with government types who get in the way of his vision for protecting his family's land. By the end of Season 4, it became clear the Duttons needed to take matters into their own hands if they wanted to keep Montana safe from wealthy outsiders itching to turn the state into their own personal playground. So, in the Season 5 premiere, John takes the plunge and wins the election, vowing to defend the land from corporate developers. This new role brought some surprising alliances. John's fight to protect Montana even puts him on the same side as his longtime rival, Thomas Rainwater, played by Gil Birmingham, who leads the nearby Native American reservation. Rainwater and John have butted heads forever, but now they're both united against a common enemy. John's predecessor, Linnell Perry, played by Wendy Moniz, moved up to the Senate right as the U.S. president wanted to run 2 natural gas pipelines straight through Montana, which could seriously threaten the reservation's water supply. So John decides he'll handle things his own way, ignoring the usual government playbook and bringing in his own team to get the job done. But John's new role isn't all business. He also pulls some strings to help Summer Higgins, an environmental activist and an old flame, out of prison. Summer, played by Piper Perabo, winds up finishing her sentence under house arrest at the Dutton Ranch, which makes for some serious tension with John's daughter Beth, played by Kelly Riley. The two clash all season long, with their rivalry peaking in an all-out brawl that nobody tries to stop. After the dust settles, the two women walk away with a surprising sense of mutual respect, proof that on the Dutton Ranch, even the biggest feuds sometimes end with a handshake or a few bruises. And when it comes to romantic flares in Yellowstone, things are going somewhat smoothly. Our favorite couples from the show. Yellowstone's power couple, Beth and Rip, tied the knot in Season 4, and by Season 5, they were on their own rough-around-the-edges version of domestic bliss. Rip, played by Cole Hauser, doesn't know the full story behind Beth's inability to have children, but he's fully aware it's not in the cards for them. For anyone who doesn't know about this problem, Jamie had gotten Beth sterilized as a teenager. However, we're yet to see how Rip reacts to this bit of information. But also, this problem didn't stop the two from bringing in a surrogate of sorts, Carter, a teen runaway played by Finn Little. Initially, Rip was far from being thrilled about taking Carter in, but the kid eventually won him over, carving out his own place in their little family. Meanwhile, Casey, played by Luke Grimes, has shown little interest in the family business, which leaves Beth and Rip looking like the true heirs to the ranch. It's clear they're better suited to protect the Dutton legacy than anyone else in the family because, for them, that land and its future are everything. Casey and Monica, played by Kelsey Asby, have managed to find a peaceful balance with the family by keeping a healthy distance. Living off the ranch has allowed them to maintain the best relationship they've ever had with the Duttons. Casey is also thriving as a livestock officer, giving him a sense of purpose away from the family drama. But the season took a heartbreaking turn for Casey and Monica. The couple's world was rocked when Monica, heavily pregnant, and their son Tate were in a terrible car accident. The crash led to Monica losing the baby, and the family was left devastated. John stepped in to support Monica during this painful time, sharing a rare personal moment about the grief he experienced after losing his baby brother. It was a raw reminder of how deep the Dutton family struggles go, even beyond the battles for land and legacy. While the couples of Yellowstone are sailing the turbulent waters, there's one person who stands in their way. And hate him or love him, you can't deny that Jamie has made Yellowstone one heck of a show to watch. The Jamie Dutton arc. Beth came out swinging at the start of the season with a bold move that effectively locked up the 28,000 acres market equities was desperate to get its hands on. She managed this by placing the land in a conservation easement, a clever strategy that blocked market equities from touching the property. Her tactic? Selling her controlling interest in the Schwartz-Meyer Fund, with the key condition that she keep ownership of the real estate.